Hello everybody, I am the Heart Oracle. This is my first video here on YouTube, and today I have a topic for you, which is where you may be neglecting yourself. So let's say there may be some area of your life where you aren't paying enough attention to yourself, to your needs, to maybe some issues that are piling up. This might be whatever. This might be just some emotional problem, maybe some projects you would like to start but are putting off. This is something to better understand yourself, your motivations, and maybe just how to be more happy in this current moment, something that you may need to hear. But it's very important, as always, that we need to remember with those readings I will be reading the general energies, and you may need to take what resonates or somehow change this message to apply to you. But it should mostly work. Yes, so I have 3 piles for you today. The first one is with this clear quartz. The second one is with the pyrite. And the third one is with the obsidian. So here on my channel, I really hope to bring you guys some clarity, some inspiration, just to feel better, to live a more happy life, to be in tune with yourself, with your intuition. So yes, take all the time you need to choose your pile, and I will see you in your group. Hello, group number 1. I have actually recorded your video a moment ago, but I haven't recorded it, so I'm starting anew. So yes, in your group here we have the Avenger card. A new start is coming, luck, and for the tarot we have Queen of Cups in reverse, 7 of Cups, and the World. So straight away what I was talking about is that I feel like there is this extreme energy of perfectionism. You may want to have a new cycle in your life. There is something that really wants to be started or rebirthed. I don't know if that's even a word, but it may be about your love life, about your personal life, your inner world, emotional well-being. It might be about career, some project you may want to start. And some of you may be like activists, environmentalists, so you may work or just do something that's related to it, because I think that the Avenger card may really give off that energy, but that's just a confirmation for some of you. And there's this synchronicity I have noticed with the World in reverse, which is corresponding with this little planet Earth map over here. That's just something I noticed, but yes. In your case, I feel it's really important to nourish yourself, because we have the lack here, and lack talks about this feeling of not having enough or not being enough. This guy has probably worked a lot, did some hard stuff to earn his meal, but he hasn't any. And so he feels empty, he feels unrewarded, or he feels like his efforts are just pointless. Some of you may actually have trouble with eating healthy. Maybe you aren't eating enough or just not enough of healthy food for yourself. There may be that issue for some of you, and that may also be where you are neglecting yourself. Just take note of that, because as human beings, our physical bodies are also playing a huge role in how we feel emotionally and mentally. So that's something you may want to look at. But yes, with this, a new start is coming. There really is this new start. You probably want it, or you may not even notice it, but there is this new cycle that wants to be started in your life. And however you may be blocking it with this feeling of lack energy, it will be coming, because it's destined for you. And it is this card that really talks about big opportunities, about realizing that whatever it is that you want to do, you feel like is your calling, your purpose, or just something that needs to be done for your well-being, for your or others' highest good. A little disclaimer. I think that, and I believe and I know it's true, that whenever you speak about your highest good, about what's best for you, like truly you know it's best for you from the bottom of your heart, it's always the best for everybody. Everybody's highest good is interconnected. There is no leaving somebody out in the cold by being and pursuing your truest self. Yes. And with the tarot card, I feel like this also talks about, with the world being the card of finishing cycles, starting something new, and really this success and feeling of celebrating yourself. With it being in reverse, it talks about not starting this new cycle, still being in this old cycle because you haven't finished it yet, you haven't wrapped it up. But why is that? You may be stuck in feeling like you don't really have anything to celebrate as well. I feel like with this luck energy, you may never really appreciate yourself, or not as much as you should, or you may not always notice that you have done a great job, that what you did is really something beautiful for yourself or the world, whatever it is. And you should really appreciate yourself more. I feel like this really wants to tell you that you should appreciate yourself more, because with the Avenger, this card, it says with its light attribute, because this is the Archetype Cards, so it's like the archetype energy that can be present in your current circumstances, in yourself. So it has both light attributes and shadow attributes. So the light attribute is desire to balance the scale of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself, and its shadow attribute is resorting to violence in the name of a cause. So I feel like this isn't directly relating to your situation. Maybe it is, but you will know about it. But more so, it talks about what I was saying earlier, this really perfectionist mindset. So you want to change the world, you have big ambitions for yourself, and that's for a reason. Okay, so if you feel like you want to really change the world, change yourself, go big in your life, know that you are meant to, and that you will. You just need to first appreciate yourself and realize that you are strong. Because with this Queen of Cups in reverse here, and the World in reverse, as I was talking about, this not appreciating yourself, this also talks about not nurturing yourself. Because the Queen of Cups upright is this nurturing energy. She is the Queen of Cups, so the energy of emotions, intuition, this gentle nourishment for our spirit and body. And being the Queen, she really is emotionally balanced, nourishing. She has compassion for others, but for herself as well. And that's really what you need. In reverse, I feel like you don't have this compassion for yourself, or again, not as much as you could use. But you have the potential for it to be upright, to be this healthy queen, whatever is your gender identity. But yes, you really need to give yourself compassion. And when it comes to this feeling of lack, it can really be sometimes deeply rooted in our mind, in our habit, in our lifestyle, because usually it's something that hasn't just appeared out of nowhere. It's something that is building up over time, and really understanding those feelings and integrating them or dissolving them and changing this energy into something really healthy and beautiful that helps you be more happy with yourself and with how your life is going. it can take time, and being compassionate for yourself is understanding that it can take time, but also that you are never stuck. While it sometimes can feel like it may be less progressive, less dynamic. There's always something going on, even if not in your outer world, in your life. There is something that's going on beneath the surface in yourself, or just the energy of your circumstances, but this can really take time. You're always a bit ahead of your previous situation, your previous self. You are always evolving, and you need to understand that you are really great. You are great, and I love you, and I think everybody who knows you and loves you could agree. Appreciate yourself more. You can do all that you want to do. But in order to take those steps to start this new cycle, to fully immerse yourself in it, it's something that will surely help you. Nobody can force you, we have free will. Nourish yourself and really be kind to yourself, or kinder to yourself. And the Seven of Cups between those two cards, I feel like you can go between this energy of not feeling enough and not knowing what to do. You may have many opportunities for this what you want to do. I don't know, maybe it's work, maybe it's love, or there is just something you are considering. It seems like there are many choices, or you may feel lost in what to do next. But when you are at this place of coming from the energy of love for yourself, of knowing that you can do whatever you will want to do, you will find the right answer. You will know which of those cups is the one you want to hold for now. Because also with those opportunities or like choices, you should know that there are many things that you are good at or could do. And you don't need to get overly fixated on one aspect of your life, or one project, or one person, or one maybe personal goal that you want to move forward with. You have the choice, and it's okay to choose something that isn't for you as well, because the right opportunities will never truly go away. Yes. So really, what is the most important here is that you may just need to step by step give yourself more love. Really believe that you are abundant. Really believe that you can do what you want to do, and there is this new cycle that will come to open. It will. You just need to believe that. You can be this Queen of Cups. You are this Queen of Cups. And when you move away from that energy of self-doubt, you will truly see that there is success to celebrate, and that there will be more of it. It is coming to you. Don't put yourself too much of pressure. I don't know what I have just said, but just don't pressure yourself, right? Yeah. You can do it. Step by step. Believe in yourself. Because you are this Avenger. You can change the world. You have big power. And wherever you will do, you can do it. Really. Oh, and with this Avenger, it's just a thought, but I think that with him wearing a mask, it's like he is doing a lot of stuff for people, for everybody, but he isn't really showing his persona, so he is not gaining the credit. So he may do something that's really important, something that really helps everybody, but he will not be directly rewarded for it, because nobody knows who he is. He has this mask on. So maybe that's also how you may operate. So you will do something really great, but you won't get praise for it from yourself or from others, because you aren't acknowledged for it. You don't acknowledge yourself for it. But you did something great already. You are in a great place already. There are all these aspects of your life as well, other than this one in which you are neglecting yourself, which can already be like going really well. Appreciate that. Learn to see that. Don't focus only on the bad in your life. And with this final card for your group, it's nature. So this card was pulled with the intention of like what energy can balance well this area of your life where you are neglecting yourself. What could help you? Yeah. So with nature, one thing is that I think it may talk about for those of you who are not nurturing your body as well. You may want to really take care of that part of you, this physical part of you, as I was talking before. And many of you will probably just really enjoy and feel more connected with your inner self when you are out in nature, or when you are connecting with some plants, maybe you like that, or animals. But also what I'm feeling with that is getting to know your true nature, getting to know yourself, getting to know your needs. And what you need, those needs, understanding them will really help you to fulfill them, know where they are coming from, and so focus on this focus on this new chapter. Yeah, you are a beautiful person. You really are. Thank you for this reading. I hope it resonated and I hope that you really learn to grow in that area, in appreciating yourself, because loving ourselves is something that really makes our life a lot more happy and fulfilling. And that's something we all deserve, including you. So thank you, and I hope to see you soon. Just got dark outside. So yeah, sorry for that. But let's get going with your reading. So I have recorded it a moment ago, but it got deleted. So I'm starting again. But one synchronicity I'm noticing is how similar this Pyrite looks to this stability card. But yes, let's start with your reading. So you have Child Divine, bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Body card, stability. And for the tarot you have 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and 3 of Cups was in reverse. So what I feel like is the problem, something where you are neglecting yourself. You are this beautiful spirit, full of joy, full of passion, full of ideas. So here, let me read it for you. It says the light attributes of this personality are innocence, purity, and redemption, suggests a special connection with the divine. And shadow attribute, which I will be talking about a bit here, is an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. So for some of you, actually, I feel like there is this negative, toxic influence of people in your life. And for some of you, this is a thing of the past that has just left its impact on you. You may have some traumas related to it that some of you not even realize. But for others, this is just an ongoing thing. So there might be some people that are even right now in your circle, and you are not dealing with them, and that is something that universe would like you to do, to say goodbye to those influences in your life, because they are not serving you anymore. When we have negative people in our life, some people that just aren't compatible with our highest good, they are there to help us realize what is not good for us, so we can move on from that energy. But it doesn't mean they should stay in our life. Okay, so another thing is that I feel with this beautiful, bright, joyful energy that you have, sometimes you may have not been well received by the world, right? So, because we know that this joyful love, joyful spirit can sometimes come across as something that people just don't vibe with. Yeah, and it can get hurt because it will be rejected. And I feel like that may have been you or some of you, where you were really being yourself, being your joyful, true self, and people haven't received that well. They rejected you, and that have left you a scar on you, on your psyche. Because with the Eight of Swords here, this person is stuck, but what she isn't realizing is that she can get out anytime, and this is you. I feel you have literally imprisoned yourself, but it's inside of your mind, because here with the body and new moon in Aquarius, I feel like there is this unhealthy relationship with your thoughts, this trauma that you have, or just this negative energy that is present in your life. It makes you feel or think like you can't really be yourself, like you are stuck, like you won't be received well, and this is what is preventing you from being your true self. And you have those beautiful, bright ideas, you really want to shine, and what is especially important to you, I think, is sharing this joy with other people, because with the Three of Cups here, we can see that this card is really three people, yeah, three people having fun together, right? It is about friendship, it is about party, it is about joy in general. So what you really love, what you really need in your life is this joy, is those connections that you would have with people that really appreciate you for who you truly are, for this energy that you have, that you may be suppressing with the people that are currently in your life, or whatever it is that is blocking you from being your true self. You really want that, but you aren't doing it right now because you felt like it isn't appropriate, like it would lead to hurt, it would lead to rejection. Yeah, you may be lying to yourself about it, that you are fine with the things as they are. You may be lying to yourself that you can't do anything about it, but you can. You always have that choice. And another thing here is, I think you may have many ideas, as I was saying before, that are like beautiful. They are in flow with your spirit, something that will really nourish you, your true essence. But with the body, I feel like it talks about the relationship between your thoughts, your mind, and how that affects your actions. To me, this physical body would be literally what you do with your life, your actions. So because of that mind, those intrusive thoughts that you may have sometimes that keep you in this prison, you aren't really taking any actions to ground with stability those ideas, because they aren't expressed. They aren't expressed because you feel like they wouldn't have a place in this world. They wouldn't have place in your life. They aren't being manifested. They aren't being brought into life because you are preventing yourself from doing what you truly love. And with the stability here, for some of you, in those intrusive thoughts, these unhealthy thoughts that you may have, it may be more extreme, so anxiety, maybe for some of you depression, and this could talk about how you feel unstable, you feel the lack of stability. But also stability card here, it talks about how everything has its course, its natural course in the universe. And maybe you need to give yourself opportunity and permission to flow with this natural order, to flow with the universe, to know that everything has its place and everybody has its place. So there are people here in this world that would vibe with you, that would have this fun with you. You could receive great ideas from them and share yours. And that's what you need, I feel. You really need a circle of people that will understand you. Because of course we need to, it's important that we deal with our problems, that we understand them, that we can heal ourselves. But it doesn't mean that having people in your life that are nurturing for you isn't just as important, or isn't something that we would like for ourselves, right? Because at the end of the day, when we talk about dealing with our own problems and healing ourselves, we can't get so caught up in it that we wouldn't seek that support, those connections that will truly help us in that process. You know what I mean? Yeah. And bring love into the situation with the new moon in Aquarius. The Aquarius is a sign of air, right? So the mind, the thoughts. And with the new moon, it talks about this new beginning, so this new cycle for your mind. You really are called to bring love into your mind, to nourish yourself, to be able to change the course of your thoughts, and you are able to do it. You need to believe in that. Tap into that energy that you have, this joy, this divinity. And because here there are many child archetypes actually in this deck, but it's the child divine. So other than this beautiful joy and energy that you are emitting, I feel like this is also telling you that you can always use that beautiful connection you have with the spirit realm. If you believe in all those stuff, or maybe you just like to meditate and connect with yourself, whatever. This practice can also help you move on from that mindset. Because those things that have hurt us in the past, maybe people's reactions, maybe something else, maybe it was your parents, maybe it was your friends, maybe just you were critical with yourself, but that has to start somewhere, right? It can really get rooted into our patterns, you know. And so it's important to realize that, to know that, oh, I'm having those intrusive thoughts, I'm having this imprisonment mindset, and I don't have to, and it has started somewhere, and I can change that. Because this girl, as I was talking before, she really can move on from this place whenever she wants. She just needs to realize that she can, you know. So whenever you feel like there is a specific pattern, specific kind of thoughts that you have, try to go deeper into it. What is it that have made me feel that way about myself? Think that way about myself? Why can't I have fun? Why can't I have this connection to myself and people around me that would nourish who I really am? Why can't I express this joy? And I think this is something that's really important for you. It's your essence, necessary, like really. Yeah. So be kind for yourself. Because Aquarius is also connected with this idea of humanitarian, right? So connection with people is really important to you. And the last card is focus. Focus. So this card, it talks about how, first, I think you can, if you pay enough energy to it, put your mind to it, you can actually bring into life your ideas, because we were talking also about this concept of not giving your ideas a try to be brought into reality, into physical reality, not being grounded, right? And I feel this talks about how you can bring them into reality if you put your mind to it, if you focus on it. But a very important thing that this card talks about in the book, there's this affirmation connected to it. I can't recall it completely, but it speaks about how we are in control of our thoughts, right? How you can decide what you are thinking, how you can change your thoughts. If you understand them, understand where they are coming from, it will be even easier. And you can do it, and you can ask angels for help. I think it also talks about this in this card, in the book for this card. Angels or whoever you would like to call for help. Because with things like that, bringing love into the situation, when you get stuck in those negative thoughts, it's also easy to start hating them when you do realize that they are hurting you. Some people go into this process of hating themselves, or like being mad at those thoughts for existing, for destroying their life. But what's important is that we can't fight hate with hate. It's not about that. It's about love, bringing that love, that joy that you have. Understand those thoughts, treat them with compassion, and instead of throwing them out and being mad at them, love them, because that's why they exist in the first place. And if you hate yourself or don't let yourself be you, then how can they believe that others will? Let yourself be loved by you, and start giving yourself opportunities to connect with others who will also value you the same, or even more in the process. Yes, so thank you very much. I really hope you will find that helpful, and that it will make your day a little more happy and self-aware. So yes, you have the control over your thoughts, and you can do great things. Trust that your joy is and will be even more well received in this world that you live in. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon. So hello everybody who picked group number 3 with this Obsydian. I have some problems with recording today, so I have already tried recording your reading, so this is my second attempt. But yeah, so these are the cards that I have for you. it's Hermit. The energy is gaining momentum. Storm, Magician in reverse, King of Wands in reverse, and Judgment in reverse. So I want to start with saying that I feel like the issue here that is causing this neglect or is neglected can be a bit different depending on you. So some of you will resonate with one option more, the others with the second, but with the Storm here, and that also corresponds with the other cards, I feel like some of you are manifesting your desires without looking at the circumstances around you, in the sense that you are neglecting other aspects of your life. So that causes you to actually harm yourself in a way. But for others of you, it talks about how there may be problems in your life which cause you to not take action on what you want to do, and it is that energy that you should enter, the energy of proceeding with your dreams no matter the problems that you perceive there are. But it will be clarified, I think, as I go along with the rest of the cards. Yeah, so what I have talked about, like not manifesting your dreams. Here we have the Magician, and the Magician talks about being a master manifestor, right? So it talks about how you can really do anything that you put your mind to, that you want to do, that you have all that you need in order to manifest whatever it is that you are truly being called to. But in reverse, it can talk about how that is not happening either because you are abusing that power, and it is causing the universe to force you back into reflection mode on what may be going wrong, and rethinking that so that you can proceed with more awareness, self-awareness, which is also a theme here in the Judgment. Or that you aren't really using that power because you haven't fully realized your own potential. You may be holding yourself back. Yeah. And the King of Wands is a similar case here. So the King of Wands is the king of the suit of wands, as we know, and the wands are all about passion, about that fire energy, about this driving force in our life. And this king can use all of that. He can use this passion, and he can create a vision, a plan for his actions. He's also like a master manifester. And so, but he, I think, is more about the aspect of vision. So with King of Wands and the Magician being in reverse, it talks about how you are prevented in a way from seeing fully your vision, and so from acting on it, from making it into reality. And for some of you, it will be because you are being too much immersed into this vision, and it causes you to not see other important things. And for others, it will be because you are not letting yourself step into your power. Because with the Judgment in reverse as well, this talks about how there is a message that you are being called to. There is a calling that you have. It's about awakening and awareness. So there is something that you aren't aware of, and it's something very big, very important for you. And for many of you, it is exactly what I have been talking about. So this vision, there is this idea for your life, idea that is being presented to you, that is meant to be in your life, and you aren't yet fully awoken to it. You are either not seeing it at all, or just ignoring it, or maybe you know what it is, but you aren't really sure how to bring that vision into fruition. So you are pushing it away. Yeah, and for many of you, with the Hermit here has the light attributes, of course, of that solitude enables him to focus on his inner life to better understand himself, and it can serve personal creativity, right? But with its shadow attributes, there is this risk of withdrawing from society out of fear or negative judgment of others and refusing to help those in need. Yeah, so kind of, I feel like those two sentences about shadow attribute are those two different issues that some of you may have. So one is more so that you are afraid that your vision won't be received well, or you are just keeping it to yourself out of fear, for example, right? Or judgment. Because some people actually interpret judgment quite literally. So it may be that you are afraid of judgment. Maybe that vision that you want to create is something that by some people may be received not so well. Maybe those are general society standards, or your family, your friends. Maybe you yourself aren't used to sharing who you really are, because this hermit, he's closed in this little house. And as I was talking about not fully seeing this vision, this calling that you have, he's stuck in his little house. And while it's really great that he's there learning about himself, if he doesn't get out, he isn't really able to use what he has learned to manifest, to act on it, to share that wisdom with others. And that is meant to happen, is what I want to say. You are meant to get out of this little house, being this hermit. And when you do that, first you will be able to see beyond, to see how that vision, when you finally understand it, or maybe you already do, as I was saying, you will see how that can be applied to this world that you will then see. How that can be brought into reality. What are the steps that you need to take? Because with this waxing moon card, the energy is gaining momentum. The waxing moon is a period between the new moon and the full moon. So it's a time where you have started this new cycle and you have those intentions for what you want to create, but you aren't quite there yet. So you may not know what is this vision, as I was saying, or you just may struggle with seeing how exactly that is to happen, the things that you want to make happen. And the advice with this card is to go within, so the hermit, because that could also be something that you haven't done yet. You may need to actually dive deeper into yourself to understand what motivates you, to really see that vision. But for others, it will be going out of this hermit mode because you have been in it enough and seeing the practical steps that you need to take. Really thinking about that and taking those steps, making it happen. So really following that no matter what. And this storm that this card talks about could also be not really real problems, but the problems you are making up for yourself. The problems that aren't really there, like they don't quite exist. It's just something that is based on your fear. And the obsidian, it has many meanings like most stones. And I think that each stone has its personal little meaning. But yeah, what I really associate with it is protection because of the black color. And when you look at this hermit card, it's not really completely black, but it's kind of. So I think for many of you who are in this hermit mode, who have spent too much time already by themselves, not really, there is no much more that you could get out of yourself, more to understand about yourself, like being stuck in this little house. You may sit there because you want to protect yourself, right? So maybe you are scared of that judgment. But you don't have to be, because these are like two major arcanas and a powerful king, right? They are all in reverse, but they also have the potential to be upright. This energy can change, this energy can shift. You can really be the King of Wands upright and the Magician upright. When you allow yourself to hear this calling, to be awoken to who you really are, when you understand yourself, and when you do get out of that little house, you will see your vision, you will understand it more clearly, and you will know what to do with this energy that is expanding in your life, that wants to go faster, that wants to move forward, like this bird. Yeah, but the advice here and this little disclaimer is about not when you finally do explore that vision and you know what you want to do, and when you can finally get there, it may get a little bit extreme, like you will feel very passionate about it because the wands are passion, right? But then don't neglect yourself like Avar needs. Take care of your health. Do proceed with much like momentum and passion, but don't let it harm other parts of you. So what I want to say, don't get too extreme. But yeah, at the same time, don't let the fears prevent you from being the powerful person that you can be. You want to get out of that house. You want to understand yourself, but don't let it prevent you from then actually going out and doing something with that knowledge. Because you are meant to understand yourself. You are meant to know what are your needs, what is this calling, what is this passion that you want to pursue, what is this thing you want to build in your life. It can go for anything, for romance, for career, for family, for personal development, for anything, for hobby, for maybe moving, whatever. But let yourself understand that part of you, and then let it be used in practical terms, in manifesting it outside of your comfort zone, so that it can actually happen, and it can happen, and it will. That's why you needed this reading, whoever is listening to it. And this card here is Emergence. It is an advice for how to maybe balance this issue that we are talking about here with the neglect. And this card speaks about, emerging. So you may be this hermit here right now, closed off from the world, and you are asked to get out, to emerge, to show your real self to the world, to share your passions, to share your personality, to share what you have to offer, to share your ideas, the thing that you want to build. You are meant to build it, and you are meant to share it with the world, step by step. That's the message here. And I think you will be great at it, so great. You will be going no matter what is happening. But yeah, take care of yourself, that's important. Yeah. So thank you for everybody listening. And I hope it really helped you. Like, brought some issue you either knew about or haven't really realized before. But don't force anything to resonate. As I said, there are kind of two themes going on, but I think they're interchangeable. So yeah, I hope you can make all this work. I know you will. You are an amazing manifester. Yeah. So bye bye and see you soon.